Today we're going to be taking a look at the Arden Vul house rules. And they actually are some wonderful house rules. They did a really good job of selecting stuff to use with Arden Vul. And I think that it's something that we can really enjoy as we go through these. Typical ability score generation, and they rolled up two different, so the ability score generation is roll 3d6 down the line twice for two different characters. You can adjust scores according to steps 1 and 3 of the Old School Essentials Advanced Fantasy Player's Tome. No XP bonus for prime requisites, and the allowed classes are Acrobat, Assassin, Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Dwarf, Elf, Fighter, Goblin, Half-Elf, Halfling, Illusionist, Knight, Mage, Magic User, Paladin, Ranger, Thief. Some of those are in some of the handouts or the zines from Old School Essentials in Carcass Crawler, like the Goblins. The Mage class is also from the Carcass Crawler issue number 1. Both of those are. The starting languages are Arcantian and the Native Cultural. Then there are some other languages they were choosing from, including Mithric, Thorson, Wiskin, and Comus, Elf, Dwarf, Goblin, and Halfling. They're averaged out the hit point total, so it was the average roll, and they're using Ascending Arm class. Your hit die is determining the base weapon damage, so if you're a d8, you're rolling a d8 for fighters. Thieves are a d4, and magic users as well. The weapon mastery is basically at each attack bonus increase, your base weapon damage improves by a single step, so that's going up a die essentially. So fifth bracket would be 4d, whatever the hit die is. All classes can use weapons except clerics. Rightfully so, only blunt weapons. There should be no clerics using edge weapons. It's just the way it is. Of course, the small races. They altered some of the weapon traits that we'll look at another time, and then they have, with attacking with two weapons, the classes with strength or dexterity as a prime requisite can attack with two weapons. Both weapons or the off-half weapon must have the light trait. Two weapons grants a single attack with advantage. A thief who backstabs deals 12 plus the strength modifier flat damage, which is pretty sick. Shield grants +2 AC bonus. It can absorb the damage from a single blow and then be shattered. Magic shields absorb a number of blows per day equal to the enchantment bonus. A helmet doesn't provide a bonus to AC. It can absorb the damage from a single critical hit, but then it's broken, and it gives a -1 penalty to surprise. All right, modified combat round sequence is as follows. All participants must declare intent to move and intent to cast spells or magic. Then both sides roll initiative, and then they declare actions. If the players win, GM telegraphs the general intent of monsters, and the players declare their actions. If the monsters win, players declare their actions, and then monsters act. I really like this aspect. It plays to my wargaming love. If you want to know more about that, you should check out The Joy of Wargaming. He gives some great explanations as why Dungeons & Dragons truly is a war game, and it should be played with that kind of aspect if you want to play it right, like he would say. But after the action declaration, winners check morale, and then they move, and then they can missile and magic, and then they melee. And then the losers repeat that. The losers are not, me in life, but initiative losers. And then the round starts, and they happen simultaneously. Intent is allow a space to state what you plan to do for the round without having to awkwardly break it up by phase. In the same space, be able to strategize with your fellow players, and allow phase combat to be simply an abstract resolution of declared actions. Okay, I like it a little bit more structured than that, but they've done a great job. So they're using an item-based encumbrance based on Carcass Crawler issue 2, which we can review at some point. I'll make a note to go over that. I think these are wonderful rules that we need to explore for our games. And they have some revisions that they use. Packed items indicated on the item-based encumbrance sheet reflect what is stowed in a backpack only. A sack can hold the same limit in addition to what can be stowed in your backpack, but you have to use 2 hands. Small sack is half this limit, but you have to have a hand to carry it. So they're using the Carcass Crawler expanded gear list from issue 3. Fighters gain cleave, and cleave is attacking after you have killed, kind of like Warhammer Quest. I always think of Warhammer Quest when I think of cleave. Magic users, illusionists use the optional spellbook rules for starting spells and adding spells. This is all magic users and illusionists gain read magic for free. Starting spells are rolled randomly. Magic users and illusionists can attempt to create magic items at any level. These are important things, and maybe we'll get into a talk about why it's important to be using henchmen and creation of items at all levels in the future. Magic users and illusionists also can add new spells of their choice to their spellbook when the spell slot becomes available to them, but only after they train with a mentor. And if a magic user or an illusionist fails to learn a spell, they can attempt to learn it again if they gain a level or they come across a different instance of the spell. So if they find a scroll and they try to learn it with a mentor, then that would be lost. These acrobats, assassins, barbarians, and mages use D6 Thief Skill alternate system. That is in Carcass Crawler issue 1. We will go over that in its own video, but that is at first level the thief has 6 expertise points, and a thief gains 2 points to allocate after that at every level. They're in the Carcass Crawler 1 again, and at 0 hit points, characters need to roll on the Death and Dismemberment table that is posted by 3D6, which is a cool table. And additional XP are rewarded with feats of exploration. It's a good system, and we'll look at that sheet for usage in our games later. And that is, the procedure is right there. I'm not going to go over all of these right now. We'll do it in its own thing. PCs can carouse or practice philanthropy in a settlement to gain XP bonus. The rules are based on Jeff Raint's original rules, and it has inspiration from other places. So I hope you guys check out this document and can use it in your games. And again, as always, like, subscribe, and we'll be back soon.